Fans are shocked as rumors explode that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is vanishing from Netflix in mid-January. Emotions ran high when stunned viewers claimed secret deals, behind-the-scenes betrayals, and explosive fallout among cast members, leaving the family divided and the internet on fire. The news didn't just break, it detonated. When word spread that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta was disappearing from Netflix on January 18th, the reaction wasn't calm confusion, it was full-blown chaos. Fans woke up refreshing their apps, thinking it was a glitch, a mistake, a bad dream. But the red banner didn't lie. Last day to watch flashed across the screen like a warning sign, and suddenly emotions ran high across Atlanta, New York, and every living room where the show had become ritual. Group chats exploded. Timelines melted down. Fans are shocked didn't even begin to cover it. People felt betrayed, abandoned, cut off without warning, and the question burning through every comment section was the same. Why now? Behind the scenes, the energy was just as volatile. Phones were ringing non-stop, cast members pacing their homes, managers scrambling, and whispers starting to turn into accusations. One longtime cast member slammed her phone down on the marble counter and shouted that nobody told her anything. Another laughed bitterly, saying this was exactly what she warned everyone about. Alliances that once looked unbreakable suddenly felt fragile, and old beefs that had been buried under seasons of forced smiles and reunion hugs came roaring back to life. This wasn't just about streaming rights anymore. This was about power, relevance, and who still mattered when the lights dimmed. In Atlanta, a small gathering at a producer's loft turned tense fast. What was supposed to be an informal meeting turned into a confrontation the moment someone mentioned Netflix by name. Voices overlapped, tempers flared, and one cast member accused another of knowing weeks in advance and staying silent. "You knew," she snapped, her voice shaking. "You let the fans find out like this." The room went quiet, then erupted. Denial met disbelief, and disbelief turned into rage. Emotions ran high as fingers pointed and old receipts were dragged back into the light. Someone brought up contracts. Someone else brought up loyalty. By the time the night ended, the family was left divided in a way that felt permanent. Outside that room, fans were building their own narratives. Some believed this was punishment. Others swore it was a setup for something bigger. Conspiracy theories flooded social media, claiming secret negotiations, hidden spin-offs, or revenge moves by executives who felt disrespected. A popular fan page posted, "They don't just pull a show this big without a reason," and within minutes thousands agreed. Fans are shocked became fans are angry, then fans are demanding answers. Petitions popped up. Hashtags trended. People threatened to cancel subscriptions, swearing Netflix wouldn't see another dollar from them. The emotional investment was real, and so was the sense of loss. Meanwhile, one cast member sat alone in her car, scrolling through comments, tears welling up. This show wasn't just television to her. It was her comeback, her redemption, her proof that she survived everything thrown at her. Now she felt erased. She recorded a voice note to a close friend, saying she felt blindsided and disposable. "They built this on our lives," she said, her voice cracking. "And now they're acting like we don't exist." That message would later leak, sparking another wave of reactions and reigniting debates about exploitation, fame, and who really benefits when reality turns into content. Family members got pulled into the storm too. Mothers called their daughters asking what happened. Partners demanded to know how this would affect income. Kids overheard arguments they were never supposed to hear. One scene played out in a kitchen where a cast member tried to reassure her sister that everything would be fine, even as she wasn't sure herself. "We'll figure it out," she said, forcing a smile. But the tension in her shoulders told a different story. The family was left divided between those who wanted to fight publicly and those begging her to stay quiet and protect what little stability they had left. As the days ticked closer to January 18th, desperation crept in. Some cast members went live, speaking carefully, choosing words like confused and disappointed, while others went scorched earth, accusing unnamed powers of disrespect and greed. One explosive live session ended with a cast member shouting, "We made the show what it is," before abruptly cutting the stream. Clips spread everywhere. Reaction videos multiplied. Fans are shocked all over again, dissecting every facial expression, every pause, every slip of the tongue, convinced the truth was hiding between the lines. But the biggest twist came when rumors surfaced of a secret meeting that allegedly happened months earlier. According to whispers, select cast members were offered deals tied to a future platform, while others were left in the dark. Betrayal became the word of the week. Group chats went silent. Friendships cracked. Someone unfollowed someone else, and the internet noticed instantly. That's all I need to know, one fan commented. Accusations flew without proof, but in this world perception was reality, and reality was messy. By the end of the week, the atmosphere felt heavy, like the calm before another storm. Some cast members started to rethink everything, questioning their loyalty, their contracts, their future in a franchise that suddenly felt unstable. Fans waited anxiously, refreshing Netflix, counting down the days, rewatching episodes like they were preserving memories before they vanished. No official explanation came, only silence, and silence in this universe was the loudest statement of all. The drama wasn't over. It was just beginning, and everyone could feel that whatever came next would change everything they thought they knew about love, hip-hop, and the price of staying relevant. The silence didn't last long. It never does in this world. As soon as the first wave of shock settled, tension transformed into strategy. Cast members who once thrived on chaos now found themselves calculating every move. Phones buzzed late into the night with half-whispered conversations, promises of loyalty mixed with subtle threats. One person swore she would expose everything if she didn't get answers. Another warned that burning bridges now could end careers forever. Trust was evaporating fast, and everyone could feel it. In one upscale condo overlooking the city, a heated argument unfolded between two former allies. They had built storylines together, cried together, fought together on camera, but now the air between them felt poisonous. "You always knew more than you told me," one accused, pacing back and forth. The other shot back, voice sharp, "Don't rewrite history just because you're scared." Emotions ran high as years of resentment poured out in minutes. Accusations of manipulation, of riding coattails, of staying quiet when it benefited one side more than the other. By the time the argument ended, they weren't speaking anymore, and both walked away knowing the fallout would be public. Fans picked up on every crack. Screenshots of cryptic tweets spread like wildfire. A simple post saying, "Karma don't miss," sparked thousands of comments. Fans are shocked at how fast things turned ugly. Reaction channels speculated non-stop, analyzing tone, timing, even emojis. People chose sides without hesitation, defending their favorites with passion that bordered on obsession. Some fans felt protective, others felt betrayed, and many felt entitled to answers. After all, they believed they helped build these stars by watching, streaming, and supporting for years. Behind closed doors, management teams were in damage control mode. Emergency meetings happened over Zoom, faces tense, voices measured. One manager warned his client to stop posting immediately, fearing legal consequences. Another encouraged controlled leaks, believing shaping the narrative early was the only way to survive. The idea of unity was discussed, but laughed off almost instantly. Too much history, too much ego, too much at stake. The family was left divided not just emotionally, but strategically. One particularly emotional moment unfolded when a veteran cast member visited her mother. Sitting at the kitchen table, she finally let the guard down. "I feel like they're erasing me," she admitted, tears spilling freely. Her mother listened quietly, then reminded her that this industry never loved anyone forever. "You have to love yourself enough to walk away," she said softly. Those words hit hard. For the first time, the cast member considered that maybe this ending wasn't a punishment, but a sign. Still, the fear lingered. Without the show, who was she to the world? As January crept closer, rumors escalated. Someone claimed another streaming platform was circling. Someone else said negotiations had fallen apart because of ego clashes. Nothing was confirmed, but everything felt possible. One late-night call between two cast members turned into a shouting match when one accused the other of secretly auditioning for a spin-off. "You're moving on without us," she yelled. The response was cold. "I'm surviving," came the reply before the call ended. That single word echoed through fan spaces the next morning. A leak added fuel to the fire. Whether real or fabricated, it didn't matter. It showed what looked like a cast member bragging about being safe, while others panicked. Fans are shocked by the apparent lack of loyalty. Comments flooded in, calling her fake, selfish, calculating. She went live hours later, denying everything, claiming Photoshop, claiming sabotage. Emotions ran high as she broke down on camera, insisting she was being targeted. Some believed her. Others didn't. The divide only grew deeper. Family tensions intensified as well. One partner demanded answers about finances, asking bluntly what would happen if the checks stopped. Another questioned why so much personal business was being aired online. Arguments spilled over into homes, kids hearing raised voices, doors slamming. One cast member admitted to a friend that the stress was affecting her sleep, her appetite, her peace. "This show gave me everything," she said, "and now it's taking everything too." Then came the meeting everyone feared. Several cast members gathered in a neutral location, hoping to clear the air. It started calm, awkward smiles and polite greetings, but it didn't stay that way. Once the topic of Netflix came up, tempers flared. Someone accused the group of being greedy. Someone else accused them of being naive. Old betrayals resurfaced. From season 1 drama to reunion fights never truly resolved. Voices overlapped, chairs scraped, and one person stormed out, yelling that she was done with all of them. The meeting ended worse than it began. Online, fans documented every moment. Someone spotted two cast members arriving separately and posted blurry photos. Speculation exploded. "They can't even ride together anymore," one comment read. Fans are shocked at how fractured the once tight group appeared. Nostalgia mixed with disappointment as people reminisced about earlier seasons when the drama felt fun, not painful. Many wondered if fame had finally taken its toll. As the countdown continued, desperation set in. One cast member hinted at writing a tell-all book. Another teased a documentary-style interview. Threats of exposure hung in the air like a storm cloud. Everyone knew secrets existed that could destroy reputations if revealed. Alliances shifted quietly, deals whispered behind the scenes. No one trusted anyone fully anymore. The night before a major fan event, one cast member broke down completely. Sitting alone, she recorded a message she never planned to post. She spoke about feeling used, about giving her real pain to the world for entertainment, about being discarded now that the numbers changed. She deleted it minutes later, but someone had already saved it. The clip surfaced hours later, raw and heartbreaking. Fans are shocked by her vulnerability, flooding her page with support and apologies, as if they were part of what hurt her. As January 18th loomed closer, the energy felt suffocating. Something big was coming, and everyone knew it. Whether it was revenge, reinvention, or total collapse, the story was far from over. The removal from Netflix had cracked the foundation, and now everything built on top of it was starting to crumble, piece by piece, right in front of the world. January 18th arrived like a deadline nobody was ready to face. The morning felt heavier, quieter, almost ceremonial. Fans woke up early, some hitting play on episodes they'd already memorized, letting familiar arguments and confessionals run in the background like comfort noise. Others refused to open Netflix at all, saying it hurt too much to see the countdown ticking away. Fans are shocked all over again as screenshots of the final hours flooded timelines. "This feels like a breakup," one comment read, and thousands agreed. Behind the scenes, panic met pride. One cast member swore she wouldn't give Netflix the satisfaction of one last view. Another admitted she stayed up all night binge-watching, crying at scenes she once hated. Emotions ran high as memories resurfaced, reminding everyone why the show mattered in the first place. It wasn't just drama. It was survival, ambition, and messy reality wrapped into one. Losing access felt like losing proof that it all happened. Midday brought another twist. A rumor spread that an emergency conference call had taken place between select cast members and higher-ups. Nobody knew who was invited and who was left out, but that alone caused damage. Phones lit up with missed calls and angry texts. "Why wasn't I included?" One message read. "You're not as important as you think," came the reply. Friendships cracked further under the pressure. The family was left divided between those who felt chosen and those who felt disposable. One cast member confronted another in person, showing up unannounced at her house. The cameras weren't there, but the intensity rivaled any reunion stage. "You think you're better than us now?" she shouted from the doorway. The response was calm but cutting. "I think I'm tired of drowning with people who won't swim." Silence followed, thick and final. When the door closed, both women knew that relationship was over for good. Fans sensed the shift instantly. Body language, tone, absence spoke louder than statements. Reaction videos dissected every move. Fans are shocked by how cold things had become, how quickly sisterhood turned into survival of the loudest. Some fans begged for unity, posting throwback clips of the cast laughing together. Others encouraged chaos, saying this was the realest the show had felt in years. The audience itself was divided, mirroring the cast. As the final hours approached, one unexpected voice broke through. A former cast member, long removed from the spotlight, posted a lengthy message reflecting on her time on the show. She talked about exploitation, about contracts she didn't understand, about being praised one moment and discarded the next. Don't confuse visibility with security, she warned. Fans are shocked by her honesty, and many wondered if her words were meant as a warning to those still fighting for relevance. Inside one household, a tense conversation unfolded between a cast member and her partner. Bills were laid out on the table. Future plans questioned. What happens if this really ends? He asked. She didn't answer right away. The truth scared her. Without the show, without Netflix exposure, everything felt uncertain. For the first time, the drama wasn't entertaining. It was real life pressing in, demanding answers. At exactly midnight, the show vanished. No countdown. No farewell message. Just gone. Fans refreshed their screens in disbelief. Some thought it was a glitch. Others screamed into the void of social media. Fans are shocked by how abruptly it ended. Tributes poured in. Memes followed. Grief turned into anger. Anger turned into demands. "We deserve answers," became the new rallying cry. Cast reactions varied wildly. One posted a prayer. Another posted nothing at all. A third went live, visibly shaken, thanking fans for their support while subtly hinting that this isn't the end. Every word was analyzed. Every pause felt intentional. Emotions ran high as viewers clung to hope that something, anything, would replace the loss. Then came the leak that changed everything. An audio clip surfaced, allegedly from a private conversation between two influential figures discussing the show's future. The clip suggested that the removal from Netflix was strategic, not punitive, designed to push fans toward a new platform. Betrayal exploded anew. Fans are shocked at the possibility they were being manipulated. Cast members scrambled to distance themselves from the narrative, some claiming ignorance, others refusing to comment. Accusations flew fast and reckless. One cast member was accused of selling out the group for a solo deal. Another was accused of blocking negotiations out of spite. Old enemies found common ground in outrage, while former allies stopped speaking entirely. The family was left divided beyond repair. Group chats were abandoned. Lawyers were mentioned. Lines were drawn. One emotional scene played out when a cast member visited the neighborhood where her journey began. Standing outside an old apartment, she reflected on how far she'd come and how fragile it all felt now. "I gave them my pain," she whispered, "and now I don't know what I get back." That moment, captured by a friend on a phone, went viral. Fans are shocked by the vulnerability, rallying around her with messages of support. As days passed, the absence of the show created a strange vacuum. Fans felt restless. Cast members felt exposed. Without weekly episodes to shape narratives, real personalities took over, and not everyone liked what they saw. Reputations shifted in real time. Heroes became villains. Villains found redemption. The drama didn't end with the removal. It multiplied. Quiet negotiations reportedly continued behind closed doors, but nothing was confirmed. Every hint felt like hope, every silence felt like betrayal. Emotions ran high as everyone waited for the next shoe to drop. The removal from Netflix wasn't just an ending. It was a catalyst, forcing everyone involved to confront uncomfortable truths about fame, loyalty, and what happens when the cameras stop rolling. And somewhere in that uncertainty, the next chapter was already forming, ready to erupt when no one expected it. The aftermath was louder than the moment itself. Once the show disappeared, the noise didn't fade, it intensified. Cast members woke up to headlines they didn't authorize and narratives they couldn't control. Some were painted as victims, others as villains, and a few as masterminds pulling strings from the shadows. Emotions ran high as everyone realized the same thing at once. Without episodes airing, the story was being written in real time, by fans, bloggers, and strangers with opinions that cut deep. One cast member tried to reclaim control by hosting a private listening session with close friends. She spoke candidly, saying the removal from Netflix felt like being broken up with through a text message. Laughter mixed with bitterness as she joked about loyalty being seasonal. But when someone asked her directly if she knew this was coming, her smile faded. The pause was loud. "I knew something," she admitted quietly, "just not this." That confession would later make its way online, reigniting accusations of selective honesty. Fans were relentless. Comments demanded timelines, receipts, names. Fans are shocked at how guarded the cast suddenly became after years of oversharing. "They showed us everything before. Why hide now?" one fan wrote. Others pushed back, reminding people these were real lives, not just entertainment. Still, the hunger for drama didn't slow. Reaction videos stretched past an hour, breaking down every word spoken, every silence, every unfollow. A surprise reunion happened at a mutual friend's birthday party. No cameras, no producers, just tension thick enough to taste. People hugged stiffly, smiled through clenched teeth. One cast member whispered to another, "This isn't the place," when a sensitive topic came up. But alcohol loosened tongues, and by midnight voices were raised. Accusations flew about missed calls, secret meetings, and fake concern. Emotions ran high as one person shouted that the show didn't end careers. People did. The room went quiet. Nobody argued. Family pressure mounted. One cast member's brother confronted her about the way she was handling things publicly. "You're burning bridges," he warned. She snapped back that bridges were already burned without her consent. The family was left divided, some urging peace, others encouraging her to speak her truth no matter the consequences. Dinner tables became debate stages, every conversation circling back to the same question. What now? A cryptic announcement from a rival platform sent shockwaves through the fanbase. No names were mentioned, but the timing felt intentional. Fans are shocked and instantly speculated that this was the future everyone was fighting over. Cast members reacted differently. Some reposted the announcement with side-eye emojis. Others ignored it completely. One went live just to say, "Don't believe everything you see," before ending the stream abruptly. That only fueled more speculation. Privately, anxiety took its toll. One cast member admitted to struggling with panic attacks, fearing she'd peaked and didn't know how to start over. Another confessed she felt relief, like a weight had been lifted. "I don't have to perform anymore," she said, surprising even herself. Those contrasting emotions highlighted how differently fame had affected each person. For some, the show was a lifeline. For others, it was a cage. Old rivalries found new purpose. People who hadn't spoken in years suddenly aligned, bonded by shared resentment. They exchanged stories, comparing notes, realizing how often they'd been played against each other. Betrayal took on new meaning as patterns emerged. "It was never personal," one said bitterly. "It was business." That realization hurt more than any argument ever had on camera. Fans continued to play detective. Archived interviews resurfaced, quotes taken out of context now viewed through a different lens. Fans are shocked by how many warning signs they missed. Moments once dismissed as petty drama now felt prophetic. People debated whether the removal was a blessing in disguise, forcing growth, or a calculated move that sacrificed people for profit. A private dinner between two powerful figures reportedly ended in shouting. Details were scarce, but the rumor alone shook everyone. Cast members waited anxiously, refreshing feeds, hoping for clarity. Instead, silence followed. That silence bred fear. Emotions ran high as uncertainty stretched on, turning days into weeks without resolution. One cast member made a bold move, announcing a solo project unrelated to reality. The response was mixed. Some fans praised her bravery. Others accused her of abandoning the group. She defended herself in a heartfelt post, saying survival sometimes looks like selfishness from the outside. Fans are shocked by her honesty, and for a moment the noise softened, replaced by understanding. But peace never lasts long in this world. Another leak surfaced, this time suggesting that internal conflict, not streaming decisions, sealed the show's fate. Fingers pointed again. Friendships strained further. The family was left divided beyond what anyone thought possible. Trust was no longer cracked, it was shattered. As the dust settled, one truth became impossible to ignore. The removal from Netflix didn't just end access to a show, it stripped away the safety net that kept everyone aligned. Without it, ambitions clashed openly, insecurities surfaced, and long-suppressed truths spilled out. The drama evolved, deeper and more personal than ever before. And while some tried to move forward quietly, others waited patiently, knowing this story still had chapters left to be told, and when they unfolded, they would be louder, messier, and impossible to ignore. Time didn't heal anything. It exposed it. Weeks after the removal, the tension settled into something heavier, more dangerous than chaos. It became calculated. Cast members stopped reacting emotionally and started moving strategically. Meetings were no longer loud, they were quiet. Conversations happened off the record, phones left in other rooms, eyes watching everyone a little too closely. Emotions ran high beneath calm exteriors, and everyone knew one wrong move could end what little leverage they had left. One cast member finally broke the silence with a sit-down interview on an independent platform. She spoke slowly, choosing her words carefully, but the message was clear. She felt betrayed, sidelined, and underestimated. She hinted at power plays, at people pretending to be family while negotiating behind closed doors. Fans are shocked as clips from the interview spread everywhere. Some praised her bravery. Others accused her of playing victim. The comments turned into battlegrounds, each side convinced they finally saw the truth. That interview triggered a chain reaction. Within hours, another cast member posted a long statement denying everything without naming names. She called the accusations reckless and dangerous. "I've protected people who wouldn't do the same for me," she wrote. Emotions ran high as fans tried to connect dots, comparing timelines, screenshots, and old reunion moments. Nothing felt accidental anymore. Every past argument suddenly looked like foreshadowing. Private lives continued to suffer. One cast member's relationship cracked under the pressure. Arguments that once stayed off camera now played out in real time, through subtweets and vague captions. Her partner accused her of choosing public sympathy over private peace. She accused him of not understanding what it meant to lose everything at once. The family was left divided, with friends taking sides, group dinners cancelled, birthdays missed. Another cast member tried to play peacemaker, reaching out individually, hoping to calm tensions. She believed unity could still mean something. But her calls went unanswered. Some thought she was too late. Others thought she was playing both sides. Fans are shocked by how quickly trust dissolved. People who once shared everything now questioned every motive. Financial stress became impossible to hide. Without the Netflix exposure, brand deals slowed. Sponsorships paused. One cast member admitted privately that she was dipping into savings for the first time in years. Another downsized quietly, hoping no one would notice. Pride kept them silent, but fear lingered. Fame had always felt permanent. Now it felt rented. A shocking moment came when two former rivals unexpectedly appeared together on a live stream. They spoke calmly, almost united, sharing similar experiences of feeling manipulated. Their truce stunned fans. Fans are shocked at the unexpected alliance, wondering if this was genuine healing or mutual benefit. Either way, it shifted the balance. People realized old enemies might understand each other better than former friends ever did. That alliance didn't go unnoticed. Others felt threatened. One cast member accused them of rewriting history and using pain as currency. Emotions ran high as another online argument erupted, spilling into comments, lives, and reaction videos. The drama felt endless, but beneath it was a deeper truth. Everyone was fighting to control the narrative because the narrative was all they had left. Behind the scenes, whispers of a possible revival refused to die. Not on Netflix, but somewhere else. Details were scarce, intentionally so. Select cast members were allegedly contacted, while others heard nothing. Deja vu hit hard. Accusations of favoritism resurfaced. "Not again," one cast member reportedly said after learning she wasn't included. Betrayal felt familiar now, almost expected. Fans fueled the fire. Petitions returned. Hashtags evolved. Some fans begged for a reunion, others demanded accountability instead. Fans are shocked by how personal the fight became, how invested they felt in outcomes that weren't theirs to control. Still, they stayed watching, commenting, choosing sides like it was a sport. One emotional scene unfolded when a cast member visited her childhood church. Sitting in the empty pews, she reflected on who she was before fame, before cameras, before opinions mattered. She admitted she didn't recognize herself anymore. That moment, shared quietly online, struck a chord. Fans flooded her with messages of support, reminding her she was more than a storyline. For a brief moment, the noise softened. But peace never lasts long. A leaked email surfaced hinting that internal conflicts played a larger role in the streaming decision than anyone admitted. Names weren't listed, but the implications were brutal. Fingers pointed again. Friendships strained further. The family was left divided in a way that felt irreversible. By now, everyone understood the truth. This was no longer about a show leaving Netflix. It was about identity, control, and survival after the spotlight shifted. Some cast members were ready to move on, reinvent themselves quietly. Others clung to the past, convinced redemption or revenge was still possible. As weeks turned into months, one thing became clear. The removal didn't end the story. It stripped away the filter. Without cameras guiding narratives, real emotions took over. Resentment, fear, Ambition, regret, and hope all collided. The drama matured, darker and more personal than anything aired before. And while the world waited to see what came next, those at the center of it knew one truth they couldn't escape. Whatever the future held, it would never look the same as before. So now it's on you. After all the chaos, betrayals, and unanswered questions, where do you stand? Do you believe this was a calculated move, or did ego and infighting destroy something iconic? The drama isn't over, and the truth may still be hiding in plain sight. If you felt every twist, every emotional breakdown, and every shocking reveal, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Most importantly, drop your opinion in the comments, because your voice keeps this story alive.